Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a video of some pansies that I made a long time ago on here. I think I had a look at the video yesterday and it was 13 years ago. Wow. So I want to recreate that but put it in a little bit more of a modern setting, whereas I'm going to set it up on a journal card for a junk journal. The original one I actually put in a junk journal. It was on a card and I cut it off and put it in a junk journal as a journal card, the original card, and it come up quite pretty. So today I want to recreate that, and it was with my Stampin' Up! Butterfly punch. Now I'm sorry if you don't have this punch, but you could just cut out something that's, you know, a similar shape and it'll do the same thing for you. So I had a little play with, because I wanted to put it on paper. Like, here's my Australia in the Good Old Days book that I've been cutting up with all old-fashioned pictures and stuff in it. And I went to the back of it to get some of the, you know, the, what do you call it in the back? You know, with all the words. And I tore some of that out, and I did the flower on a piece of that paper, but it wasn't you want to pick a paper that's quite thick. I think, you know, this is quite thick, that's why I picked it, but it soaked into the paper too, and it made the paper too I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it softened it a lot. So what I've done is I've got my clear texture gesso and I gessoed a page and let that dry, and then I'm going to have a go with that, and I think it'll work better because the ink won't soak in to the fibers as not near as much, I think. So let's have a go. So all I'm going to do is just punch out some butterflies. I don't care if the words are what way the words go or whatever. Just punch some of them out, and if you oh gosh, if you don't have a punch, you can quite easily just draw a little pattern. Now when you touch this gesso, when it's dry, it is actually got a like it says, it's got a texture to it, so you can feel which side it's on. So we've got all these little butterflies. I'm not going to do all of them, but I will do a few. And I've got some inks. These are my Stampin' Up! Inks, but any inks will do, just in the colours that you want that look like a pansy. So I'm going to just put one drop on there. One drop will be plenty to make quite a few pansies. That one's just a yellow. Custard curry if you're really interested. Rich raspberry, and I'm just going to separate the colours so they don't get mixed. And this one's gorgeous grape, but you know, if you're interested. I mean, I'm not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator anymore, and I never will be again. Wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole. But here, just use any of these colours or any pansy colour you like. Now, what I want to do, I'll put my glasses on. I've got a little jar of water here, and I'm just going to touch the middle, put my yellow on. Okay, and you don't have to be perfect at all with this. How many have I got there? I'll make a few buds as well, so I'll make one more. You need 2 butterflies to 1 flower, so, and then you need I used a half a butterfly in the original video for the bud, but I think I might try using the whole one. We'll have a look. Now what colour is that? Oh, that's the purple. I don't want that yet. Okay, and we'll just put some burgundy on it. And I'm not being real fussy, because I'll show you why. I'm going to spritz these. Sorry for my slurring. Still battling this flu. I've got a husband at home too battling it. And it's changed into a barky cough. I don't know what's going on with us. I know you meet someone else with their cough and then it mutes into something else, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put purple on the edge, and look, I'm not fussing at all with it, because I'll show you why. Just get a good amount of the ink on, that's all. Bit more on that one. Right, now I've got a little spritz bottle, and I'm just going to spritz them. And let the water do their little thing. You know, just mix a bit. If you don't want to, if you think they're a little bit dark, you can get a tissue or a wipe and just pat a little bit of it back off. Like that. They look alright to me. They're not too dark. Then I'm going to bring my heat gun in. Alright, I think that's done. Yeah, so this is, it would dry, I think. I did have a go without the gesso on the page, and like I said, and it's sunk in, and the gesso just helps it to, the paint to stay on the top, not to sink right. I mean, it does go behind, but I don't know, it just made a big difference. I think it made the paper, it helped make the paper a little bit stiffer, I think, which was a good idea. I mean, it's got texture. You can feel the texture on it. So that's the main colouring of it. I wanted one with a couple of them to have some on the back as well, because we'll make them into a bud, because I'll roll the buds, and they don't need to be perfect at all. I've got one side that's nice, so I think I'll do 3 buds. Right, I'll just dry those buds. You might be able to find this Stampin' Up punch on eBay. Who knows? But a similar butterfly punch will do the same thing. I think just because it's nice and fat, the curves on it, this worked really well as a flower. And it was very popular back in the day when when Stampin' Up was doing their thing and everyone was using them. And I thought, well, I'm going to drag some of these punches out because I haven't looked at them forever. And I've got them here now. Alright, I'll just move some things because I don't want that water now. And if you don't like the dark, Pickle's playing with Dave. That's why he's being so noisy. If you don't like the darker look, you could add a little bit of white paint. Don't add any water to it. Just tap it in like that and dry brush it. You could and you could take some of that the darker back off. That's if you don't like that darker look. So no one. I think it looks nicer if you soften it just a little bit, but you don't have to do this step at all. Just a tiny little bit of dry brushing. Right, and if you've gone a little bit too far on that, like I did here and lost the yellow, just put a bit more yellow back in the center. It's so forgiving. You don't have to because we want that yellow, that brighter sort of yellow in the center, but maybe not the maybe not those dark colors on the edge that are very dark. So it just depends how you want your pansy to look. Now I'll put that paint out of the way. Slide this book over. Now, what I did next was, I'll just better move that water as well. Get myself into trouble. Now, what I did next was just have a look at your butterflies. Which ones did I, oh yeah, those three. Which one did I? Yep, those three were going to be buds. So we're going to pick 3 buds and 2 flowers. And what we do here is just now what I did back in the day was put some embossing lines on it. This is my mum's old Hobbytex tool, and I specifically got that out of her pen holder because I know she had used it a lot, and I thought, oh, I just need to I just need to take that home. So I mean, it would have just got chucked out, and I know that it's had her hands all over it. So you can use a stylus like this, I mean a pokey tool like that. You can use an embossing tool, anything to just and then this is a soft pad, and I'm just going to put a few lines on it like this, and it'll help curl the flower up. But at the end of the day, I don't want my flower to be 3-dimensional because it's going to go in a junk journal, but it will give, those lines will stay in it. So it's good to do this step, even though you mightn't want, the flower might sit up 3Ds. 3Ds will like that, what I mean. You can see where I've done the lines. It's been a while since I've done any 3D flowering. And so we'll just do that, give it a little bit of shape like that. So we've got 4 of them, which are going to be 2 of the big pansy flowers. Now the buds, all I'm going to do is fold these in half. Okay, so you've got half the butterfly, and then do a similar thing, and it'll help to curve that little shape inwards. And all I'm going to do is curl it like this. You can see, give it a little curl, bring my glue in, put a little bit of glue in there. I'm not being too fussy with it. I'm just going to grab those layers out and just curl it round. If you can see what I'm doing. See, it's got a little curl. You just got to curl it up into a little shape like that. Okay, that's not hard at all. And we'll do that with 3 of them, and they'll add a little bit of bulk in your journal, but they'll eventually sit down flat or flattish once you start open and shutting your journal. I don't mind a couple of little bulky things in your journal. So I just put a little bit of I wonder whether I can bring you down just a little bit further. I hope this thing does not fall down. Behave yourself. So we'll bring that in to a point down the bottom, and looks like little petals, you know. Looks like little petals up here. And they're meant to look scrappy. They're on a scrappy sort of paper. Excuse me. And yeah, you can do it with any paper. I just tried to pick something that was a tad thickish, that would hold up to the ink. Right, so I've got 3 little buds here. They're playing on the bed. And I've got some tiny little brads here. I'm just going to pick some little brown ones for the middle. I've got brown. Yep. Now it's been a long time since I've pulled these tiny little brads out too. Now we're just going to poke a hole in the middle. Be careful that you don't split it doesn't split. You want it to go in the middle. And we're going to, I'll put a hole in each one, and then I'll show you. Okay, so we've got a hole in each of those in the middle. And then I'm going to put this butterfly on that way. So one goes one way, the other goes the other way. Put a little bit of glue on. And so like I said, these aren't anything new. They are just revisited from a long time ago. 13 years we were crazy about these. 13 years ago. Now I'll put a little bit of distress ink too on the edges of these, because I want it just to have a bit of an aged effect. And see, if you put a little bit of that brown distress ink in the center, see how it's picking up those embossed lines? It'll leave the embossed lines, and it'll put some ink on the rest of the paper. So just pick which one you think would look pretty on the outside. I think I might choose that one. And we'll just go around. I mean, if you don't like the dark emboss in distress ink, leave it off. It's up to you. But I think it gives it a nice little aged look. Right, this one go through there, and then we put it on another angle. Put a bit of glue down. And then just open up that brad like that. There we've got two little beautiful little pansies and three little buds. Now let's put them on a journal card. So I'll just move a few things out of my way. We've got now where was my paper? Oh, I've just got a plain piece of cardboard here, and I was fiddling around in my bucket of scraps. Found some dictionary paper. I thought I'll use that. And I found a piece of some music paper. Use that. Oh, there's another nice piece of paper. Just pick out whatever you want out of here. Now I want to find something to use for the leaves too. I think back in the day I used ribbon, but I want to use all probably paper, or I mean you could use bits of lace or anything that's green for a for some leaves. I'll get some paper out. I'll see. I know I've seen some paper in there. I'll try that. I'll also get some lace out of a bag, and I'll try that as well. See what looks the best. Now let's put this together and see how it comes up. Where's my glue stick? I don't know whether I might put, did I put, yeah I did soften that back a little bit, didn't I? I don't know what I'm thinking now. Alright, I'm just going to put this whole page down, I think. Might just leave that edge, or just maybe tight, yeah, I might do that. Just put some distress ink on things, and that gives you a false layer then. I like doing that. It looks like you've layered more things up than what you've got there. And I guess you could go ahead and do a purple oxide up there. That could look nice. This way. What's happening there? Alright. I've got some bits of this type of thing. I don't know whether that could look nice on there. Well, that could look nice. It's already got some glue down there. It's going to hide a little bit of that inking, but I guess that doesn't matter. We put it that way. Where's my scissors gone? I'll just trim that off. I don't know whether I might use the round punch. Oh, is that going to go through there? Yep. And that's not going to go through there, so I'll just cool that up. Alright, got 2 layers on there. Let's actually I want to put it under that net. Let's find my purple oxide. Oops. Oh, it's pretty. And I'll put the brown one down the other side. Mightn't see all of it, but I like this piece of paper. It's just a piece of writing paper. I might put that, just leave it blank and put it there. Like that. For some weird reason. Alright, see what that looks like. Like that. Not real sold on that much of that. Let's give it another tear. I want a little bit of it, but alright, how about we put a little bit like that? That's what happens when you don't have a plan. Ah! Let's keep fudging it until you make it. Alright, actually, before I put that down, I want to do something else. Now, before I stick that down, I'm gonna have a little play with as who was it? Nat called glitter the devil's dandruff. Oh my goodness, I've never heard that before in my life. I just had to laugh so hard. The devil's dandruff. I love glitter. I'm going to put some of the devil's dandruff on this, Nat. Now I've got a nice brown coloured glitter. Haven't used it in a long time. And I had little spoons in each little container, or you can get like little, when we went on our aeroplane flight, they had little spoons like this. I think that was in Dubai, but with their food. They were so cute. I kept them all. Oh, look at that. How pretty is that? For those of you who don't like glitter, look away now. But I love glitter. I've got lots of glitter and I need to use it more. So let's put a little bit of brown glitter down there. Love it. Better put the lid back on that before the dandruff goes everywhere. Whoops. Right, nice. Now I'll put this on. A bit of net. Alright, that'll stick. That'll dry on there. Now I think it's time for the flowers. Oh no, I think I might put a little bit of... I cut this up the other day. It was a long table runner. Where's the bit I cut off it? I thought this might look nice on it. As if we use a little bit of this, or that's why I think I had this bigger, because I thought it's going to take up a bit more space. I sort of had a quick look at it before I started, but not, you know, things change. And put this like that, maybe. Let's put some colour down here. And I think we need some stamping on that too, just to give it something else. And a little bit down here. Or maybe a bit down the edge. Right, that's enough of that. Going to maybe a cut. I might put that down there. No, I don't want that down there. I've got to be... I pulled this thread out and I thought, I'm going to do something with that thread because it's no good for sewing anymore. I got it from the op shop and it's quite brittle. See, so it'd be good for collaging under things. That's what I pulled it out for. Just you know, make a big mess and with it, and I thought it might look nice to just put down on the paper. That's I might put it under the net just a tad more. Here we go. Right, now I need a different type of glue. Where did it go? Alright, I'm going to put some fabric down, some lace. And then in this bottom corner, I'm going to arrange my little pansies. Might even cut right through that. Move it up. Move it up here. That looks nice. Alright. I want my pansies to just do their thing. So, oh, I had another little thing too along with the glitter. Let's put some little sequins on. That could look cool. So I'm just going to put some little spots here and there. These are little cream coloured sequins. They're beautiful. Oh, a bit shaky there. Where was the other spot I put on? Up here. So they were just ones that I found at the op shop too. Aren't they pretty? Right, let's put these pansies on. And my buds. I don't know where the third bud. Oh, there's the third bud. And put a bud right up here because I might put some greenery around that yet. Right, they're my pansies. Now I'm tossing up whether to use these leaves or making some my own green leaves. I might just make my own. That's going to be a little bit too... So all I'm going to do, that's just a strip of matte paper out of my scrap bin. I'm just going to, you put a little bend at the top there and then you just lap it over like that. Not lap it over, what do you call it? Just put it over like that, and it's going to create a little point like that. So that's going to look nice as leaves. And I'll just cover some of that bud up. So I'll show you again. You just pinch it like that and then overlap it like that. Put a little bit of glue to close it up. And I've done this before with fabric, so, or not with fabric, ribbon. Works really well with ribbon. And one more. You could even get just a plain piece and do the same thing. Just pinch it and then it's like when you make those ribbons, you know, those supportive ribbons. You just end up with a nice little point. And you can add that into your flowers. Make one more. I think the softer paper works a bit better, but the card will still work. Or you could cut your own leaves, whatever you want to put in it. It's up to you. And that is my journal card. I think it's come out quite pretty. And you could just cut bits here so it stays scrappy. Even put a little bit of distress ink on that. And on the back I've got it's just plain card, so I might just leave it. Don't have to cover it up. This is on the back. And that's how I have revisited one of my 13-year-old videos. I'll put a link down below and you can go back and have a look at it if you want. and see how different I sound to now. And yeah, it's an old video. Alright, so if you're new here, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel, press that bell button for notifications. You can also check out the little thanks heart below. That's a way you can support my videos and this channel. All this has been made out of stuff that I have found at the op shops too, you know. I found this at the op shop, the book, the music paper, the thread, the big spool of thread. You know, the only things I haven't is found at the op shop is what I've used to colour it and you know, just finish it off. So you can totally craft from the op shop. Alright, my next video will be an op shop crafter video, and I will see you soon for that video. Bye.